Whenever you meet someone new and you want to know if there's someone who is actually fun to hang out with, or if there's someone who's boring and doesn't have a life at all, you can find out by asking them just 6 words. And this is actually one of the first things I'll ask anyone when I'm meeting them because it's so under the radar, but it also reveals so much about the other person. And that 6-word question is, what do you do for fun? I know, right now you're counting, is it actually 6 words? It is 6 words. And the reason it's such a good question is because you'll meet some people and when you ask that question, their face will light up, they'll get excited and they'll start talking about this thing that they're so passionate about and they love doing with their life. And then as they're getting excited, you're listening and you're getting excited just listening to them be excited, then both of you are excited and the conversation's good and you can talk for hours. The problem is, other times you'll ask that question and they will have no answer at all to that because they don't have any hobbies, any things that they do that they love, that they're passionate about, that make them fun, make them interesting, and make them attractive. Their answer will literally be like, I like to hang out with friends, I watch Netflix, and I go to school/work. That means you don't have a life, sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. This is a harsh truth that some of you need to understand because the sooner you hear this harsh truth, the sooner we can fix this problem. By the way, if you would like me to do a video in the future where I just give like harsh truths that guys are afraid to tell girls, but because I'm on a camera and I'm not actually talking to you, I can say them and not really be afraid, give this video a thumbs up down below or leave a comment. Let me know because I have like about 7 or 8 more that I could go through in a video, which is why in this video, I'm going to give you a complete list of different hobbies that you can start doing that are not only fun, going to make you more interesting, and also cure your boredom if you're stuck in a quarantine, but also are going to make you more attractive when other people find out that you do them. So this is going to be a fun list. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up down below. If you're bored at home and you want me to make another video like this in the future with more things you could do to cure your boredom, let's get over 5,000 thumbs up, and when we do, I will make a part 2 to this in the future. And subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, that way you get notified when I upload new videos, because YouTube does this cute little thing where they like to demonetize and delete my videos sometimes, and then you don't get to see them. So that's why I say hit the bell for notifications. But yeah, with all that being said, let's dive right in. So the first hobby that girls do that guys love, and this one's gonna sound a little bit obvious, but I wanna get it out of the way first because it's my favorite one, but it's when a girl exercises. Ever since this quarantine started, I have not been able to go to the gym, and it has been a heartbreaker. So if you're watching this video in the future and you can go to a gym, you're lucky. Back in my day, we didn't have gyms. But what I'm doing at home is 100 pull-ups every day, 200 push-ups every day, and 300 squats every day. So what I'm supposed to do, it ain't easy, but I do it. You don't have to do that, by the way. That's just what I'm doing because I'm crazy. But the thing is, the first day you do it is always the hardest day, and as you do it more and more, it gets easier every single day. And also, as you're doing these bodyweight workouts, you start to realize, wow, you see physical results, and then it also makes you mentally happier too. Now let's say you're someone who's at home right now, and you make it a normal part of your everyday routine. Maybe it's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning. And it's something you can do for as little as 5 minutes a day and still see results in just a few weeks. So then you start seeing results, you start enjoying the process because you know the results are going to keep coming as you do it more and more. And then next thing you know, you meet a guy who also works out. Instantly, the two of you have something in common that you can both do together, which is an instant win. Or let's say you meet a guy, he doesn't work out, you're talking to him, you say, what do you do for fun? He gives his bad answer, then he asks you the same question back, and you talk about how you're so passionate about working out. He sees the passion in your eyes, he sees how excited you get, you inspire him to work out, he starts working out, he starts getting those results, he gets that result because he met you. Who's he gonna want to spend more time with? Who's he gonna like being around? Imagine how attractive that instantly makes you in his eyes. It is a win-win situation. And even though you should never go to the gym or work out or do anything to make other people like you more, let's be honest, it is a damn good motivator to get started. So use it in the beginning, or use it as long as you want. I don't really care. I kind of do it for that reason. I'm gonna be honest. Now the next thing you can start doing that's gonna be very attractive is learning a new language. I remember there was this one time I was on a date with a girl and her mom called her while she was on the date. So she looks at her phone, she's like, hey, is it okay if I get this? I'm like, go for it, yeah, you're fine. So she answers the call and immediately she starts speaking Spanish out of nowhere. And I'm watching her, I'm like, whoa, that's kind of hot. Because there is something extra sexy about a girl who is bilingual. I like it. It shows intelligence, it shows a level of multiculturalism, and overall it's just impressive because it's not one of those things you can learn overnight. But the cool thing is, if you just know a couple of sentences, you look like you know it all, and that's all you need. I just went on Udemy and got a class on Portuguese. I'm learning Portuguese now, why not? And it's not like I'm in a rush to be able to speak fluently to anyone from Brazil. It's just one of those things that I'm doing for myself because I'm enjoying it. So being bilingual, very sexy. Another thing that is very sexy that a girl does is when she reads. Mainly because reading, I've discovered, is one of those things that everyone wants to say they do, but almost no one does. As if anytime you ever open a book, it's like you pounded a bottle of NyQuil. I'll be 3 pages deep into a new book. Next thing I know, I got the deepest 8 hours of sleep in my life. One thing that helps me now is I have an audiobook playing while I'm reading the book. I don't know, it just makes me able to go through it a little bit easier. But a girl who reads, again, it shows intelligence, which is always sexy. And then other than that, it also shows that she doesn't need that constant stimulation from her phone. So many of us, I'm kind of guilty of this too, need that constant social media stimulation. And so when you meet someone who doesn't need that, it's rare and it's an awesome influence on me. So reading books is always going to be attractive, but another thing that I think is even more attractive is when a girl can play an instrument. And it can be anything. It can be guitar, piano, violin. It can even be your own vocal cords. That counts as an instrument. I don't care what anyone says. For me, I've always loved acoustic music, like Ed Sheeran. He's my boy. And so back earlier this year, I decided I was gonna pick up the ukulele because it's like a guitar, but it's smaller, easier to travel with, and I'm always traveling, so it just made more sense for me. Except ironically, I couldn't fit it in my bag when I wanted to visit back home in Philly from Vegas, so I left my ukulele in Vegas, and now I don't have it, so I've been playing my guitar instead, and I'm actually enjoying it more. And a lot of you know, I just enjoy singing, so I've always wanted some sort of instrument to like play while I'm singing. And the other great thing about having an instrument is that there's always going to be new music that you can learn. You can always get better, you can always grow. And so it's a hobby that you can have for the rest of your life. Which, by the way, if enough of you decide to follow me on Instagram, maybe I will do a cover of me singing in the future. Now the next hobby that you can pick up, and I think this is gonna surprise a lot of you or sound like something that you can't do, but it is so much easier than you think, and that is starting an online business. Believe it or not, with all the access to information that you have on YouTube, you can learn how to do anything, and there are so many places you can start to have any kind of business online. And I promise the second you make that first dollar online, you will be addicted for life and you will never go back. Problem is, a lot of people think they can't do it, and there's no reason why you can't do something that someone else has done. That's ridiculous. It is a limiting mindset, and you can do anything that you decide to set your mind to. One of the reasons having an online business is so sexy is because it shows you have the confidence to believe in yourself that you can do it. Even though in reality, a lot of times people just start side businesses online out of boredom. They just do it, you know, when they have spare time, and then slowly it starts to actually make more and more money to the point where they can make it their full-time job. And in my opinion, and the opinion of many other gentlemen, is that there's nothing sexier than an independent woman who takes care of her own finances. And there are so many places you can start looking right now. Like for example, Fiverr is a good one. Upwork is another great one. OnlyFans, oh my God, OnlyFans. Women are killing it on OnlyFans. Now here's another attractive thing that girls do, and I know I'm gonna get a little bit of hate from this, but I don't care. It's attractive to me. It's what a girl cooks. A girl who knows how to cook already knows that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And I'm gonna even flip the script for a second. Ladies, have you ever met a guy who knew how to cook, you watched him cook, and weren't like immediately turned on? Exactly. And here's the thing, you don't have to know a million different meals. Honestly, you know what I know? I got one for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner. I'm good. Hell, even if you just have one signature dish that you're like really good at, you really enjoy, that's enough to impress anyone, because you just show them you know how to cook that one really good dish. They'll just assume you know how to cook a bunch of other stuff, and you don't even have to know. And plus, forget about impressing other people. Just being you, knowing how to cook your own meals so you don't have to have other people cook for you or rely on anyone else, it is a game changer. Another game changer, by the way, for me that I've discovered in the past year has been doing yoga. And if you don't do yoga, you might look at it from the outside looking in and see it as just a bunch of people doing stretches. But when you actually do yoga, you start to realize it is so much more than just that. It's mental, it's physical, it's spiritual. It's like if you have any sort of anxiety or stress, yoga will change your life. Also, bioenergetics, that one's also amazing, but that's a little bit different. But I will just say yoga is one of those things that I think everyone should do. It helps you get more control over your emotions. It makes you more present to the moment, less stuck in your head with your thoughts. And it's another one of those things that you can just practice for 10 minutes a day, and in weeks, you will see significant changes in your own mind. So yoga is a good one. This next one I'm gonna give you is probably the exact opposite of yoga, and it is playing video games, which I know some of you are just like rolling your eyes right now, but hear me out. This is such a good one for so many reasons. First of all, the main reason I'm adding this to the list is because I just dusted off my Xbox for the first time in years, and wow, I forgot how addicted I used to be to video games. But one thing I've noticed recently, since like the 10 years ago when I used to play, is that there are so many more girls that play video games. It's like 10 years ago, there was like this stereotype that only guys play them, and then girls were like, Screw that. No, we're gonna play too, actually, because we want to. See, having video games that you can play with a guy that both of you enjoy is the ultimate cheat code to spend time with him in a way that no other girl can, because they're not even thinking about playing the video games. They're like, oh, he's playing those video games, now I can't hang out with him. Play them with him. It's literally the point of video games. Most guys hate playing video games if there's not other friends involved in the game. Also, bonus points if you start doing a stream on Twitch, which, by the way, I wanted to ask you guys if I started doing a live stream on Twitch where I answered your questions and played video games and y'all watched and it was live, would you be down to watch that, or do you just prefer the straight to camera videos? Let me know. Now, on a related topic to video games, another attractive thing that girls do for fun, and this one's gonna sound a little crazy as well, but hear me out, and it is making TikToks. And I'm gonna be honest, I am secretly guilty of making a few very cringe-worthy TikToks already, but here's the thing. The reason why it's so attractive when a girl does TikToks is because even when they are cringy, all it says, no one cares about the cringiness of it. That's what makes it funny, but also it shows that you don't take yourself so seriously. And when a guy sees that you don't take yourself seriously, immediately he is more comfortable letting his guard down and not taking himself so seriously around you as well. And when he can do that and you can do that, that is where the most comfortable and closest relationships form. So yeah, if you want to follow me on TikTok, look me up, Tom Flynn. It's gonna be a cringe fest, but enjoy. And also do your own TikToks. You can follow the trends, you can do whatever you want. Any of these hobbies are gonna make you instantly more attractive, but I will say at the same time, while they'll make you more attractive, they won't necessarily make him wanna start chasing you yet. That's a slightly different topic, so if you wanna know how to get a guy to chase you, I'm gonna have a link in the top of the description down below where you can learn 5 ways to get a guy to start chasing you. And all 5 of those ways use the following effect, which is how you get a guy to fall in love with you, so you do not wanna miss out on that. I was going to post it on YouTube, but then it got flagged for being like too controversial or something, so I'm not allowed to post it, but that link at the top of the description down below should work. So get it while it's still available, and I will talk to you very soon. Peace.